Hi everyone, Jean-Pierre from teamtennis.fr, former tennis coach in France, and in this video I'm going to make a review of this racket. This is the Babolat Pure Drive VS. Let's watch a part of the training session I did with the racket and then we talk about it.
Pardon. Pardon. Ah, c'est bon ça.
Okay, we are going to talk about that Babolat Pure Drive VS that Tennis Warehouse Europe sent me for a demo. By the way, for your tennis equipment, I advise you to go at Tennis Warehouse Europe. I have a partnership with this website and it's very nice from you if you click on my affiliate link to buy a Tennis Warehouse Europe. Doing so, you will help me continue the videos I'm doing on YouTube. You can find my affiliate link if you click on the little I here. My link is also in the description under the video and you can also use the address that appears directly on the video. Thank you. Okay, let's go. First, for those of you who don't know the VS versions of the Babolat rackets, these are control-oriented versions of the rackets. It means that the Babolat Pure Aero VS is going to be less powerful than the Babolat Pure Aero. This Babolat Pure Drive VS is going to be less powerful than the Babolat Pure Drive with a 100 frame, and the Babolat Pure Strike VS is going to be one of the less powerful Babolat Pure Strike rackets. Okay, let's give a look at the specifications of this racket, and I'm going to compare them at the same time with the specifications of the Babolat Pure Drive 100. I have tested this racket with a Luxilon ALU Power String 1.25 mm, tension 24 kilograms. Let's go. Weight of the racket 300 grams unstrung, the same as the Pure Drive 100. The balance is the same, also 32 centimeters unstrung, a rather neutral balance, just a bit of weight at the tip of the racket, but it's really light. It's not a problem for the maneuverability. It's interesting for the stability and also for the power. Head size of the racket 98 square inch, 632 square centimeters, smaller than the Pure Drive 100. Is going to decrease the power compared to the Pure Drive 100. Beam width of the racket 21 mm at the top, 23 mm at the height of the contact zone, and at the bottom of the racket 21 mm. It is smaller than the Pure Drive 100. For the 100 it's 23 mm, 26 and 23, so once again it's going to decrease the power of the racket. I finish with the stiffness of the racket. For the Pure Drive VS it is 68. For the Pure Drive 100 it is 71, so the stiffness is a bit lower. On the Pure Drive VS, it's going to increase the comfort and also it's going to decrease the power of the racket. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my feelings when I played with the racket, and I'm going to start with the power of the racket. I show you on the screen a comparison in terms of power with some other rackets maybe you already know. These kinds of rankings are a bit difficult to make. The aim of this comparison is just to help you locate roughly the racket in terms of power. For instance, the Babolat Pure Drive VS is not so far from the Edge Radical MP from the Radical Pro, and not so far in terms of power from the Wilson Clash 100. This racket has a 98 square inch head size. Any tennis racket with a 98 head size is a bit control oriented, but it's important to know that in this category of racket a bit control oriented, the Pure Drive VS is one of the most powerful rackets. So it's important to know that this racket is different from the Babolat Pure Drive 100. It is clearly less powerful. I had nice feelings on my slice backhand, good control. Nice feelings also on my topspin ground strokes. I sometimes lacked control, especially on powerful shots without much topspin. But overall, I had a good mix between power and control. I didn't try the racket on my serve because I have a shoulder injury, but I think on my serve I would have had a nice amount of power also. So for the power, this racket is a bit control oriented, but at the same time it provides a good amount of power. A word concerning topspin, and there is a very good access to topspin for a 98 frame. Of course, not as good as what you can have with a 100 frame with a 16 by 19 string pattern, like for example with a Pure Drive 100. But really, as for the power, it's one of the rackets with a 98 frame that provides the best access to topspin. The maneuverability is fine also thanks to the 98 frame and the neutral balance of 32 centimeters. Maneuverability better than the Pure Drive 100 that has a bigger head size. There is just a bit of weight at the tip of the racket, but really it's not bothering for the maneuverability. It's enough to provide stability and to help for the power, but very good maneuverability for this racket. Concerning comfort, it is correct, and the forgiveness on off-center shots is good for a 98 frame. Of course, with a 98 frame you need to be more precise to center the ball than with a 100 frame, but really it was correct and better, for example, than with the Wilson Pro Staff 97, with which, in my opinion, you need to be precise to center the ball, and rather close to what is offered by the Yonex 98 V-Core or E-Zone that also provide a nice forgiveness. No muted feelings with this racket. When you hit the ball, maybe it's a bit stiff, but really overall the comfort was fine with this frame. Okay guys, to conclude on this Babolat Pure Drive VS, which players can be interested in this racket? I would say it's not for beginners because of the head size, which is a bit small. It's a bit of a control-oriented racket, so not for beginners. I would say for intermediate or advanced players with a rather aggressive game with topspin, and at the same time not a huge topspin, because in that case a 100 frame would be more interesting in my opinion. Players with a flat game, it's okay, but in that case not too powerful, because in that case you could lack control. There is a nice amount of power with this racket. Players able to produce some power, and at the same time who don't want a very control-oriented racket. Players looking for a racket with an average, a bit small head size that provides a nice maneuverability, a bit of control, and at the same time a good amount of power. Also, players who want a racket that weighs 300 grams unstrung with a 98 frame, because there are not many. At the time of this video, there is also the Head MXJ1, the Prokenex Key IQ Plus 2, and the Technifib T-Fight 300 with a weight of 300 grams and a frame 98. Okay guys, I stop here for this video. I hope it will help you if you're looking for a new tennis racket. Take care, and I see you very soon in another video. Bye.